Yo, what's up everyone? It's Bayleaf, and welcome to the beginning of a series I am calling How to Speedrun. My goal with this series is to make a large variety of speed games accessible for new people by having my channel as a central hub of basic information about a game, and I will adjust that content as needed. So for games that have been around for a while, like Super Mario 64, Banjo-Kazooie, or any other game that's pretty much over 10 to 15 years old at this point. My goal is not to migrate content from other channels to this one and like show off tutorials and things like that, but rather show you the resources that are available. A common thing that I have run into when trying out speed games is the difficulty of finding the basic beginner content. There's tons of videos out there. They do exist, but it's extremely scattered and non-centralized. And I've found that to be very aggravating. And my goal is to have this channel to just nudge you in the right direction for a game. Can I do a video on every game? Sure. Do I have the time? Not exactly. So I want to make these videos short, sweet, straight to the point, and I'm only going to be limiting it to the most helpful tools for a game. I'm not gonna cover everything about the game. That is what the big channels are for, people who just speedrun the game to the ground. But we are gonna go over the basic content. So if you're looking to get into a game, I am here to help you do that. So I highly encourage you to check out the playlist tab on my channel. I upload a lot of videos on this channel, whether it's just playthrough VODs or things my community just wants to keep up with when I'm not online or if they couldn't make it. But the playlist tab is going to separate every game series. Okay, so in this episode, I'm going to be talking about Dark Souls, an iconically difficult game. Now, this game has two very helpful programs. There are more, however, these are the two programs that I started using to learn the game. I have no intentions of being top level, but I do want a semi-decent time and having the feeling that I can just kind of run through the game and be knowledgeable about it for randomizers. So, the first one we have is the Dark Souls Remastered Gadget. As you can see on the left side of the screen, we have the program display. I have the game open in the background currently, and it displays position, health, stamina. You can store values. You can turn off the gravity, turn off some collision. There's a glitch called Death Cam. We can go over that briefly in our next segment. And there are bonfire warps. Yes, you can just go to any bonfire in the game and certain sections with this tool. Highly useful for getting somewhere very fast and making a save state, as you can see right here. I think that says bosses. It's actually a save state in front of a boss. So this bonfire warp is extremely useful. So next, as you can see, this displays our current stats. It's only read-only. So, nothing to do here. Now, items. If you don't have an item in your inventory, guess what you can do? You can add it. Shocker, right? The only thing I can see this being useful for is obtaining random items to kind of give yourself. But mainly the soul, like the soul of a lost undead. So there's armor, consumables, key items, a bunch of different stuff. But the main thing that I use is consumables and these souls. That's mainly because there is a main glitch in all bosses speedruns that use soul duping to basically increase your level very fast. There are also cheats. Now, this is probably the second most useful tab. You can disable damage, disable death, no kill boxes. So if you fall from a certain height, you can take that away. I wouldn't call that particularly useful. You can have infinite poise, infinite stamina, make yourself invisible, you name it. The main thing is this no damage option. So what this is going to do, it's basically going to make you unkillable unless you fall off a ledge. So when you're doing bosses, running through areas, you aren't going to take damage. And you won't take fall damage either, which is extremely helpful for just running through the game. So if you're just starting out, day one, you're like, what do I do? You turn on no damage. You turn on disable enemy AI. Why is this helpful? Well, this is helpful because you can just run through points A to Z. Is it going to help you when enemies start moving? No. But it's going to give you a clear path of where to go, and you can kind of minimize the time you spend not being on the correct path. And then, once you have the path memorized, whether it's running it through yourself, like I like to do, or just watching videos and using a map, then we can turn off this enemy AI. And then maybe you want to keep the AI active, but you don't want them to attack. Just so you kind of get a feel okay, what spots do they approach from? Do they run at me? That kind of thing. You can also disable their movement. The main thing I do is disable AI. When I was going through the basic route, I don't mess with the graphics tab or the miscellaneous tab or the hotkeys. I don't find them useful. The main thing I like to do is cheats and items. Alright, so that was a ton of information, but the main thing you want to take away from it is easy soul levels to help you practice glitches, and you can't die. Super simple. So, the second program that I use, and this is one of two. I only use two programs. It's what's called the SpeedSouls Save Organizer. It basically lets you make save points at any point in the game. And yeah, I mean any point. Now, if you save during a boss fight, you're going to be put outside of the fog gate. And that's just how the game's designed. But you could be at Firelink Shrine, right outside Nito's boss room, or somewhere in DLC content. You can make a save state anywhere. So it's extremely helpful for helping you practice any part of the run. And as you can see, I haven't done a whole lot with it, just because I've kind of just been walking through the game. But it does separate the games for you. It's very, very handy in keeping things separate for you. It's very easy to edit profiles. So if we come over here, we can see that we have Dark Souls Remastered, and you basically would set your save path. And for me, it's going to be this extension. For you, probably something a little different. And then as for your profiles directory, again, very similar, but also probably slightly different for you. And you can also import and save profiles. So if you find someone's profile online that they shared, you can probably take this from them, but I have not bothered with that. Not what I'm worried about. So as we can see, I have not really made anything. Just because I am fresh out of the gate myself, but in messing around with the game, this is what I've come to. This is the best combination for me. So now for the demonstration portion of the video. So we go to the game. Alright, you can see that I am just chilling in a random spot in the game. Right? So let's say I am not in a good spot right now, so I need to warp. Use the trainer. I'm at Firelink Shrine. It's honestly that easy. The programs themselves hook to the program extremely well, so you don't have to do too much customizing yourself. So let's say I want to save and quit. And now we're going to go to the save organizer. So we have our game in offline mode and at the main screen. So we import a save state. As you can see, this is the newest save state. Be sure you make folders as needed. So if you right click, you can add folders, and then I do believe you can rename. Yes. So outside of Gwyn. As you can see, I changed it. So the main thing I want to do is load this. So you can't see it, but it said load successful. So if I come back into Dark Souls, hit continue. Oh. Well. We appear to be at an impasse. Didn't like that. Game didn't like that. Alright. So, minor crash aside, as you can see, my character is completely different. I'm right outside of Gwyn's Rune. And this is a completely different save. Other than the minor game crash, you can see that we are just taking a beating. And that's because we have our little gadget active. And we have no damage. So we can just stand here and take a beating the entire time. Nothing's going to happen. So this is useful for boss fights. So you can practice dodging or parrying. If you want to set up for that Gwyn parry and then use Dark Bead, like in the all bosses route, to one-shot them, you can do that. Or you can take the easier route and do a little dodge roll and move on with your life. So, sorry, Gwyn. As you can see, it's extremely useful. So, now if we just go back into the SpeedSouls save organizer, I can load up that save state that I made earlier. Well, this isn't the one I meant to select, but this is the one I made in the beginning of the game. As you can see, I have Soul Spear, Great Soul Arrow, Great Heavy Soul Arrow. And you can see it is a very much completely different file. So it's extremely helpful in keeping things organized should you want to kind of practice tricks. Now, I will not be going over any glitches in this video, but the next thing I want to touch on is the main resource hub, should you want to look for tricks. So if we turn our attention to the SpeedSouls website. So as you can see, SpeedSouls is a great hub for categorizing the games. So for this video, we're using Dark Souls Remastered, and they have links to all the to a variety of different routes. So let's say we want to do all bosses. You'll have videos and a route listed for you. Here it just like pretty much linked us to a paste bin, and it's very, very short, sweet, and to the point. Now, there's probably a lot of terminology you don't understand, like farm BKH, that's Black Knight Halberd. Take elevator to RTSR, that's Red Tearstone Ring. And these are just things you can figure out by watching a VOD, right? So this is kind of the speedrun.com page. I thought it was kind of confusing. Going through all of this didn't seem too bad, but I did get lost a few times. So I would recommend finding the section you want to look for and then watching the video, should you choose to do that. Or you can be like me and just explore the game without anything being able to kill you. But these two websites are very helpful. And then, if there's any tricks you would need to use for the run, there's a bunch of videos on tricks. And I will have everything in the description below to take you to the SpeedSouls website. Some of these are a little vague, but for example, Undead Berg Skip, where you just go down to meet Griggs early, who gives you magic. It wasn't too bad. Once you turn off enemy AI, you can practice the routing, practice the tricks, without the enemies kind of interfering, and then you can figure out a way to best deal with them. Or if you just get good enough, you can ignore them. So that's all I have in terms of resources for you guys. I touched on my two main things, which is the save organizer and the Gadget program, which I call the trainer. Outside of that, it comes down to you learning the game, learning where items are. There's no problem in just exploring the game to get a good feel for it. Follow the route in the dock. Walk through it. Walk through the game with nothing being able to kill you. It's only going to take you a few hours. You'd be surprised how fast you can just go through a Dark Souls game when nothing is killing you. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry it's kind of choppy in places. I am terrible with video editing, and I currently do not have the funds to pay an editor for this, so quality gonna start out abysmal and bleak, much like Dark Souls. But if you liked the video, I'd appreciate a thumbs up, and I will be opening polls in the pinned comment below on the next game we want to do. I'm going to pick 5 random games, and you guys are going to choose. Whichever one wins, that's what I look into. But I hope you guys had fun watching. Again, like, comment, subscribe. If you want to watch me live on Twitch, I don't stream as often as I used to. I am pretty busy with life right now. A little hectic, but that's life. That's all I got for you guys. So again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you at the next episode.